Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, we live. Let's see. We're starting up at 8:30, y'all. So everybody coming in, see what it is. We're gonna start like 8:30. Shout out to everybody who's coming in live, trying to figure this out.
You think you know about relationships, but you're wrong. Listen, there's no magic bullet. I'm teaching life skills.
When you're sick, you need medicine. It don't always taste good, but if it gets you better, you need this medicine.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna always taste good, but this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space aliens. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong.
Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I could be like you. But you could be me, you know why?
Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
1 2. Testing 1 2.
You think you know about relationships, but you're wrong. Listen, there's no magic bullet. I'm teaching life skills.
When you're sick, you need medicine. It don't always taste good. Nah. But it'll get you better. You need this medicine. Yeah. It ain't gonna always taste good, but this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space aliens. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong.
Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I could be like you. But you could be me, you know why?
Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you.
Man, score 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Rah! What's up, y'all? What's up? Let me see. Anybody that's in the chat, if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up in the chat. Please give me a thumbs up in the chat. Trying to get this shit popping. So this is just want everybody to know this is an experimentation for me. We've gotten such a big influx of people loving the lives and all the response and loving the lives. So I want to do it more often, and so this is me setting it up in my home studio. So this is where we at right now. So I'm working everything. I don't have anybody. I have no production. Mike ain't in. Mike will be here for the In Godfrey We Trust afterwards. We're gonna probably stream on the same program or whatever. With Godfrey is someplace else, and Mike is on location. So be patient with me. I'm hoping everything works out good. But if it doesn't, this is the first time. I promise you, I promise that it will get better as I do it more frequently. But this is I've been working on this shit from 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock today. I've been working on setting this up, camera, getting out, and I'm not that great a technical person, so bear with me. We are streaming on Facebook. We are streaming on Twitter. We're streaming on the Man School Facebook page, my personal page, my YouTube page. So we are all over the place. I just want to let me just I don't know if y'all saw, anybody that saw the my response to Corey Holcomb. It's on the Man School 202 YouTube page. It's the episode, we put it out yesterday. It's been everybody's been loving that. And I want to be clear that I spoke to Corey. We both old ass men, and we ain't trying to, it's not trying to get crazy. But if you watch the video, my response is there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will even I'll do as much as if somebody wants to call in and talk about this, and I can talk about the relevancy of what how should I put it? The relevancy of how I feel that what went on with me and Corey, and what I said and what I said to Corey. And the thing, and if y'all looked at all the videos, I mean, the internet has been going crazy behind that. And what I want to just say that one of the reasons why the internet's been going crazy is because, we fall into the salacious stuff that goes on in the internet, and we all want the gossip and shit. And what I'm realizing is, moreover, it's just people want the drama and whatever. And honestly, I'm really not about the drama. Speaking to that, if y'all see down the bottom, there's a ticker tape going underneath the bottom. If y'all can see that, somebody hit me with a thumbs up in the chat. Make sure that the numbers scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I hope. But this is how we gonna do it. And once I set this up and I get comfortable with this, we're gonna do this more and more frequently, and more and more frequently about so I can do more lives, so I can do these live consultations live. Everybody get in, share it to somebody, tell motherfuckers, please listen, and fucking share it so we can get these numbers up and start this movement, get this movement moving in the right direction so we can reach more people. Now, let me say, if y'all watch, I'm not gonna go over the whole video. Plus, I haven't learned how to share videos yet on the live stream. But I will say this: I actually answered the Corey Holcomb on the show, on the last show, this last video we put up. I think it's entitled "Corey Went Too Far." Damn, do we have a call coming in? Wait a minute, somebody on the. Okay, so it's scrolling. So the number's scrolling. Y'all can call in whenever you're ready. I'm trying to figure that out too. So be patient. Trying to get this right, but let me just talk about this Corey thing. Like I said on the video, I've always been a fan of Corey as a comic. He's a funny dude, and that's something that you can't deny. But to be honest, I also was a fan. I'm also a big fan of Darnell's comedy. Darnell is kind of grumpy and whatever as a person. I mean, we don't have a huge friendship, but I just, we talk about authenticity all the time, about people being authentic and people telling the truth. And my critique with Corey was just that I thought the dude was funny. I didn't think he was mild. I know I've been around Darnell for years. I've been doing comedy 23 years, and my 23 years, Darnell had been doing it longer than me. And Darnell was always the dude who ripped. And Darnell always went into these spaces. He always went into these deep ass spaces where, you know, these ghetto spaces. So I just can't say he's not funny and he's not killing. And I mean, you could say that his special wasn't his best work, but I still put his special as one of the funniest specials I've seen in quite some time on Netflix. To say this is, I felt like Corey was like, I think he's funny. I was like, I think he's funny, and Corey was like, you gay. I don't know how me thinking Darnell's funny is gay, whatever. But I spoke to Corey about this, and the thing that Corey said was that bothered him most was the fact that I said it messes up, like him doing that, calling him gay or calling people gay. It devalues his credibility, and Corey said that he was kind of upset about. That's the thing that hurt his feeling, which I really respect the fact that he even said that you know, just being a man in America and how we on this macho shit, that just to say, yo, that hurt my feeling. And my intention wasn't to hurt his feelings. My intention was to just tell the truth, and I wasn't trying to be harsh with him or anything like that. But I did feel like and I'm going to just say this, and we're probably going to cover this on Godfrey's podcast after this. But the reality is that the streets love Corey. The streets love Corey. Corey's a dope dude. He's a funny dude. You know, the streets love Corey, and I think that he has an opportunity to educate and uplift the streets in a way that other comics can't, in a way that I don't think that necessarily Godfrey can. I mean, I think he can, but I think there's people that definitely relate to Corey more than anybody else, and I get it, man, because I wasn't the, you know, even though I went to college, I wasn't what you would consider to be the college boy. So I get that. So I want to refer back to somebody, an older podcast, the guy that was podcasting maybe about 10 years ago, Tax Tone. If anybody knows Tax Tone, right? Put a thumb in the comments, man. Put a thumb in the comments, thumbs up in the comments. Let me know that y'all remember Tax Tone. Tax Tone was an East New York cat, stick-up kid from East New York, and good friend of mine too, and lawyer to the streets. I mean, to Jay-Z and all these guys was Combat Jack. Combat Jack was one of the first guys that created a podcast network. It was called Loudspeaker Network, and Charlemagne was on that. Andrew Schultz, Brilliant Idiots. I think Lip Sync was on it, and a bunch of other. They had this kid Taxstone, who's my man, and Taxstone was a street dude. I had him on my podcast maybe about 8 years ago, and it was just dope. Me running the streets and knowing what it was about, to see a dude who was a straight East New York stick-up kid, to see him get on the microphone and podcast and to create content in these spaces where nobody was creating those spaces. It was the unrecognized, or the unspoken to, the people who wasn't, the dudes who grew up rough and foster kid, no parents, ran in the streets, did what they could do to hustle. Taxstone was one of those dudes that was speaking to them, and Taxstone blew up. I remember he was much younger than me, but he blew up, and what happened was the streets was digging him, and they loved him, and they lifted him up, and he literally wasn't a comic. He was just a street dude who got on the mic and started talking, and he resonated with people who was running these streets. And I remember bringing him on my podcast and saying to him, man, I don't even think you really know how dope what you do are, and how you affect people's attitudes, dudes who the people who are unspoken to, the people who are kind of left out, the people who are running the streets, and this is just what I do, to have one of their own speak to them. And to say that here's a dude who was a stick-up kid who could now create content on the internet, just talking, not toting guns, not ice picking nobody, not just a dude who was on the mic and he resonated with people and he did interviews and it just goes to show like these dudes are my people, just like they're Corey's people, and they're not people. I don't think that people I don't think people fuck with them like they should, and they're discounted, and I don't like the fact that they're discounted. And I think Corey is one of the dudes who I think speaks to them in a real way. And so when I was saying that when you sling mud on a dude, like, so let me back up a little bit. I was a male stripper for 10 years, right? And anybody who's from my era, I mean, it was a long time ago. A lot of those people are dead, or they old, or they got bad knees or whatever. But if you ask anybody in my age range that was from New York, not even just Brooklyn, New York, up and down the East Coast, they will tell you that my name was ringing bells. The reality. All right, we got a call. Let me see what we can do here. I'm gonna see if I can get this shit popping. Let me see if it goes. Yellow. All right, I'm trying to answer it. Thanks. All right, bam. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello? Hello? Who am I speaking to? No, what's going on, bro? Yeah. Say it again? Yeah. I have no idea about it. I've never heard that ever. No, and what song? Pussy is I've never heard that. Never. I mean, yeah, I mean, I was a real East Coast dude. To be and I'm a little ashamed of it, but I didn't even like at the time. I didn't like G thing until other because it was like West Coast East Coast beef. And if you was from the East Coast, we didn't like Snoop and all of them. I mean, I've grown to love Snoop and the whole East Coast, and you realize now that all of that was how you put it, it was manufactured. But I mean, that's how serious it was. Like if you was Brooklyn and you was Biggie, we didn't even. I mean, I had a really rough time loving G Thing and the Chronic. I mean, now I love hip hop. I understand that now, but at the time, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. You know what? There's a dude I can ask, and then the next time we do the live, check in the next live. I'll try and come up with that answer. Thanks for calling, bro. What's your name, bro? What's your name? All right, he hung up. All right, cool. Y'all see the phone call down on the bottom. Call in consultations. So what was I saying? Yeah. So what I was saying was that the streets love Corey, and Corey has a really great opportunity to kind of educate and uplift and stuff like that. Hold on, we got another call. Let's get this. I think allow. Bam. Let's see. Hello. Hello. What's up, Alex? How you doing, brother? Y- Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's let me ask you something. Are y'all hearing the calls? Yeah, okay, you didn't hear it at all. I have no idea how to. I have no idea how to turn that up. But let me see if I can turn it up on the cha 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 cha. Let's see. Anybody? Is that all right? But man, I'm not sure if this is coming through. Maybe that's why people are not calling. But yo, man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling, man. Thank giving me the support, man. But yeah, thank you, bro. I'll holler at you soon. Call back. Bye. Uh, let's see. I don't know if the calls are coming in, if y'all can hear it. If you can, somebody in the chat, hit me in the chat and tell me if y'all hear the calls or not. Let me see. My man just texted me. He was like, "Nope, we can't hear the caller." How are we gonna do that? I have no idea how to do that, but we'll see. Let me see. Crank it up on there. Anyway, I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping y'all can hear. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Anyway, but yeah, like I was saying, I feel like Corey has a real opportunity. And what I was saying is that, and I've said this 100 times. I've said, 80. If you are telling the truth 85% of the time, that's the definition of a liar. And when I say liar, I think a lot of times, and I've done consultations. I've done thousands of consultations, and one of the things that all the dudes who do consultations with me, they lie. But I want to explain that. I mean, I probably have explained it before if people don't understand it. And the live's going to be a little short today. We're probably going to go. I'm going to try and go till 10. We got another call in. Let me see if y'all can hear me. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yellow. What's your name and where you calling from? What's going on, Xavier? How you doing? Could you hear the last caller or no? Oh God, here we go. All right, let me. All right, well, I'll repeat whatever the call is. I'm not sure what the heck is going on or how this is working. This is the first live I'm doing on this system. So, I mean, I hope y'all bear with me, man, and y'all come back out. If what I don't have figured out now, I will feel. So, let me just say to the callers in case they're not hearing your voice. Your name is Xavier. You're calling from California, and apparently the calls are not coming through. But I'm gonna do the best. I'll repeat whatever the question is so that you guys I can back you up. Talk to me, Xavier. How can I help you, bro? Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for calling it, Xavier. Call back, man. Spread the word. Please like and share. Don't forget the consultations is DanteNero.com. Click on consult. Xavier just wanted to call in and say thank you for all that I've helped. And I'm not sure if we did consultations or he's just talking about the podcast in general, the years of me doing podcasts. But you know, I appreciate all of y'all. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about this call. Why the call in is not coming through, but I'm working on it, people. I'm working on it. Um, as we speak, I'm working on it. So thank you so much, bro. Please like, share, and spread the word, please. Uh, thank you. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a volume on this. Jesus. Cha 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 cha. Default broadcast chat. Stereo. Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know what the heck is going on, bro. Let's see. My man is listening. Chat said to try removing the headphones. Removing my headphones? That's what you're saying, Russ? Call in Russell. Let me see what you're talking about. Shit, receiving calls. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry this is not together. I've really been working on this thing all day so that I could go live because we weren't going to be able to go live today if I didn't if I didn't finish this. It was just only one way to do it. So I'm really I'm sorry about sorry about the difficulties and all of this shit because I'm doing this through a Google number and this is the first I really wanted to try and do a what you call it before we have a test before we left or whatever. Let's try this. Hold on, Russ. Let's see. Shout out to my boy Russell Manswell. unplugging the headphones. I don't know I don't understand what that's gonna do, fam. Then I can't hear if I do that. Can't do that. I can't hear nothing if I do that. So I don't fucking know. Doesn't matter. I mean, I can talk shit for an hour. That's not a problem. Let me see. Asus Rodecaster Pro chat. God damn it. Let me see if this works. Hello. Let me know if y'all hearing me. Put a thumbs up in the chat if y'all hearing me. If not, I'm fucked. But anyway, I mean, I can spit this wisdom. I mean, half the time I'm usually talking to my goddamn self anyway. So what I was saying about Corey is just I just feel like he's a powerful dude and people love him, and he has a real opportunity to teach and to uplift people with all of his stuff and all of his wisdom and whatnot. I just think it's a dope thing for him to be able to do that, and that's just, just my opinion, So I want to just say that. Here's another thing. The as a whole, what has happened in general through my life, all my years of stripping, anytime some chick who was unattractive or somebody that I wasn't interested to, the minute I turned her down, the first thing they would go through, oh, you gay. That nigga gay. No, sometimes I have options and I don't like you. How about that? But that's a hard nut to crack, to think that you're not wanted, or that that you're in a situation where somebody don't want you the way they think they should want you. You feel me? And that's a difficult nut to crack. It's a difficult situation when somebody has to deal with that. And so rather than take the responsibility for the fact that you may not be what somebody wants, you revert to he's gay. Now, I'm not saying that that's what what Corey's doing, because I mean, look, I'm 57 years old. I remember anytime we looked at somebody says something flaky or something, we called him gay. I'm just saying that dude's a funny, creative dude, and it's just, I mean, he has a real opportunity, man, that like you wouldn't believe, to be, be the voice of the streets where the streets don't have no voice, if that's what I'm saying. And the other thing is, I've said this at least 1,000 times, that if you don't tell the truth, then nobody can trust you. So when you tell your girl you love her, she don't know if you're telling the truth. If you tell her you I got your back, she don't know if you're telling the truth. And so you leave it up for her to kind of be in a situation where she has to deal with situations on her own, simply because she doesn't trust you, because you haven't been trustworthy. And that's a funky place to be in. Don't forget, I'm gonna try one more call, 929-269-4922. Be concise and be brief. You see me scrolling on the bottom. It's the new feature, so you don't have to I don't have to keep saying the number, which is dope. But I can't hear you if you're calling, so there's that too. Something I wanted to, that's been really on my mind. I mean, I know everybody was all hyped about the Corey thing, but I mean, we already passed that, man. That's my dude. We talked, and what I find also, not Corey, but I mean, just in general, man, I've been really disappointed about a lot of shit that's been going on. This whole comedian beef and the dudes stealing jokes and stuff. I talked to my man Ali Sadiq this week, and then I come to find out that a lot of what the whole thing about, I don't know if y'all saw the whole thing about Ali and the beef between Ali and Cat Williams. Cat Williams not telling the truth. Unfortunate. I mean, and everybody calls it iconic. He's an iconic, but dog, you're not telling the truth. And here's how you know, if y'all want to go, I don't know the podcast, but there's, if you Google, if you YouTube and Google Ashima Franklin tells us the beef between Kat and Ali Sadiq. She says on there that Ali Sadiq had did the first show, and then Kat didn't want him in the second show, which means that he Cat knew him. So Cat on the Willie D podcast said he did not know Ali Sadiq. Cat said, I never met this man, And so that was, it was just all right. Let me see if I can get Jerry. Bam. Let's see if we can get this popping. Come on. Hey Jerry, what's going on, brother? All right, here we go. What's up now? What's going on? Can you hear me through the live or no? Okay, all right. Well, all right. Jerry, what's going on? Jerry, I've done consultations with Jerry and Jerry, just so you know, I don't know if they can hear you, Jerry, so I'm gonna repeat whatever you say, so and then I'm gonna give the answer because this is the first time I'm going live from the home studio. So it's a little crazy for me and I'm doing everything for myself. I don't have Money Mike in the building backing me up, so it's a little crazy. So it's gonna be a little this week's gonna be a little shorter than normal. And I'm working under technical rough, but I promise next Tuesday we will be back in the game, and I will also start to do the lives more frequently, maybe twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week. But what's up, brother? How can I help you? Jerry, man. So let me just repeat because I don't know if they're getting it. I know they're hearing me. Jerry said thank you for helping him out. I've done consultations with Jerry, and Jerry basically is saying I help. This is gonna sound weird because it's gonna sound like I'm making it up, but he said I changed his life. But I appreciate it, and I humbly accept that. And Jerry just said real shit. If y'all can't hear him, but go ahead, Jerry. What's your question? I'm working on it. You know what? Let me tell you something. I wrote the book, and what happened was I was what you call it. I was on. I was doing radio on Sirius Radio with on the Karen Hunter show, and for some reason I just think that I don't fit into the mold of what she thinks her audience wants to hear, and so I don't do that anymore. And she was actually supposed to be sponsoring the book, but I'm actually writing the book. I pointed at my laptop because I'm writing the book independently now, and the book has changed around a little bit. I think I'm gonna put. I'm gonna definitely put the Cunnilingus book is the 48 Laws of Pussy, but it's gonna be called. But that book is gonna become. But I think what I'm gonna do, what I really think is really guides need a guideline or laying the 5 bricks and what the plan is. So what I'm doing now is I'm adding that stuff, but I'm actually going to put the plan that I put guys through so that they can buy the book and kind of, at least if they can't afford to have me counsel them and coach them directly, I'm going to do my book and it'll have the techniques in the book, and I'll try to compile all the techniques. So that's what I'm working on right now. Also, don't forget the website. I'm gonna have the Man School logo. I couldn't even get the Man School logo up on the live right now. But there's gonna be jackets and hoodies and stuff like that, merch. What's going on, RJ? Thank you, man. Thank you for trusting me, man. Trusting me and helping you. That's what's important to me is being able to help dudes and just every day I wake up, I put my feet on the ground and I approach life with generosity and kindness and stuff. And I know that I had people that taught me, and what I people that didn't teach me, I had to work really hard. So if I can give somebody else the blueprint to kind of move forward and find out the life that they want and be able to access it, man. I mean, when I close my eyes, if I can say I've done that for people, man, what else could I ask for? You know? So I appreciate you, Jerry, man, and thanks for supporting. Please, if y'all listening, like and share and tell people that this movement is happening. Um, Man, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Okay. All right, shout it out to Harry. Harry to be, Harry's been working his butt off, so I've been kind of picking up the mantle and doing my mind. But I appreciate you, Jerry, man. Thank you, brother. All right. Yeah, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. We haven't missed one in 10 years. So yeah. All right, we coming. We recording. We're gonna keep doing it. And now you got the we're putting up more content, and we actually put more content. I don't know, Jerry, if you're on the Patreon, is patreon.com/manschool. We do extra. We do extra episodes on the Patreon. If y'all going to sign up to Patreon, it's we do extra, and you have access to text me and ask questions directly to me. I'm pretty on that too. So, um, yeah. So the thing that I was saying is that the honesty is really important, and 99% of the dudes who I talk to or I counsel is they're all liars. I mean, most of the dudes who are listening are liars. Now, I don't want nobody to get offensive and not listen or not jump on it, but the reality is that there's three types of lies. One is the lie that we would tell to be deceitful, to have people take people's money or to deceive them to gain an advantage. But that's not the only lie. There's also where people lie, what we would call the white lie, little white lie, not to hurt somebody's feelings. And we also lie to not end up in a confrontation. I can't say how many countless times we've done where I've done consultations or talked to dudes or ran into dudes, and they just don't want to have the argument. They would rather be miserable and not have to fight than to actually stand up for themselves and express what's important to them. It's crazy. Like something that I've been advocating. Anytime I hear somebody they're getting engaged or they get married, one of the things that I tell them all the time is like, you have to discuss what your sex life is going to be, because a lot of times women will want the wedding but don't want the marriage. They want the dress, they want the flowers, they want the arrangements, they want the belle of the ball, whatever, and they don't want the marriage. Like when you get married, what you're saying is, she's saying, I want you to be faithful to me, right? And then I know that I think man, I wish I could look. I don't want to touch any. I'm scared to even touch anything and to mess this up. But I think it's something like 80. But you know what? I'll Google it on my phone. There's sexless marriages in America, super high. There's a situation where I want to get the actual percentage. Sexless marriages percentage. So but there's a huge okay, here it is. US surveys that around let me see, 2000, it's increased 47.2% marriage, people haven't had sex in months. So a lot of times people get married and they get women who want the expectation of marriage is that that you will be faithful. But a lot of times women will not understand what that means. That means that you are supposed to, I'm going to be faithful, but it's because you're supposed to take care of me. And part of your job it's the deal. It's like, I'm supposed to take care of you financially and make sure you're safe. You're supposed to comfort me, take care of me, and suck my dick, for lack of a better way to ascribe it. But you can't get the marriage and then be in a situation where you're not willing to hold up your end of the bargain. And when I tell dudes all the time, when you get married, make sure you have that conversation. That look, you want this marriage, you want this, you want the white dress. But if you stop fucking me, understand something, we're gonna have a conversation about it. But if we have to have a conversation about it twice, I'm going to get some ass from someplace else. I mean, I don't think that that's unfair. Now, a lot of times what we think as men, because we're afraid to lose, what we do is we don't ask, we're afraid to say that. We're afraid to say what it is how we feel about that or what our take is on that. But it's not unfair for you to make, because trust me, if you don't hold up your end of the bargain, if you lose your job, if you're not providing, you don't hold up to your bargain about you providing resources and a roof overhead and food and stuff like this, women will drop you like a hot potato. It's what have you done for me lately? So I think when we think about this, I don't think that it's unreasonable to put in the conversation what it is that you want specifically. I really don't think there's a problem with that. And you better say it. You better open your mouth. Don't act like there's an assumption of this that's going to be understood. Because if you don't say it and you don't explain what the consequence is, if that doesn't happen, then it's your fault. And I would say that for a woman who has a high sex drive. But I think the problem where you get relationships and marriages don't last is because people are not communicating about what they want and they don't want. I don't think it's a problem that people change their mind. You can change your mind too, but you got to be honest about it. Marriage is a contract. If you don't believe that marriage is a contract, get divorced and see how that works out. See how that works out. See if see if the judges and the lawyers don't make money off of you and then split whatever left after they've taken their lion's share because you guys were in love and didn't have a conversation or was too afraid to say what your needs were. And then you go your separate way, and in the process, the lawyers and the judges and the system gets 30, 40% of all your assets because you didn't have a conversation. People fall out of love all the time. I get it. It hurts. It hurts to think that you're in love with somebody and they don't love you back, or it hurts to think that what you have to offer is not enough. And because it's not enough, you will find that people will lose their fucking minds because they feel like they've already allowed this woman or this man to value them. What I mean by that is they've allowed this man or woman to say, this is what your value is. This is how I perceive your value. See, when you're working to be the best version of yourself, you know what your value is. You know what your value is based on the amount of work, the time, the effort that you put into being as good as you could be. And once you do that, nobody can tell you what your worth is because they don't know the work that you put in to be you. We gotta start understanding that your ability to be bulletproof to outside forces lies in the truth. If you've done everything that you're supposed to do, when somebody is critiquing you, you can say, well, this was the agreement and this is what I did and this is what was expected of me. And if that's not enough, I totally get we can go our separate ways. The problem is where the pain comes from is because that deep down you didn't put the work in the first place, or you haven't assessed the amount of resource and the effort that you put in so that you understand what you're about. This is really relationships is absolutely a trade-off. Don't get me wrong. I understand that when we talk about how we market ourselves, how we, this whole thing about, you get on, and online it's crazy. It's like, I need a high value man. You gotta be making $100,000. Look, half these hoes who's talking that, they ain't gonna get that anyway. It's just like if your baby father was a deadbeat, like you were fine with that, and you gave him a child, and then after you gave him a child, now you have this expectation of because you got 2-inch eyelashes now and a BBL. Now all of a sudden you're worth more. It's just it is absurd. But the fact is that a lot of why this is allowed is because we tolerate it. Like I've said this to women: if you have a problem with guys cheating, right? And I don't even call it cheating; I'll just call it, exercising options. But if you have a problem with that, it's only because you tolerate that. If you don't tolerate that, then it's not a problem. And men are what women have asked us to be, just like women are what men have asked them to be. And when we're too soft, or when male, female alike, when we're too soft to say, this is what I'm worth and this is what my expectations are, you are dooming the society, the human beings as a species, to evolve into what you accept. Not what you want, not what you expect, but what you accept. That's just what it is. If women end up giving all the ass to the cute dude who's slide talking, and don't give the dudes who are upstanding, the dudes who are honest, the dudes who are hardworking, the dudes who are kind and considerate, because they have abuse, then what you do is you incentivize that behavior. The same way when it was funny. I was talking to my man, and we did the video. If y'all check the YouTube channel and check the video we did on Joe Smith, the guy from was the #1 draft pick for Golden State. If I'm wrong, y'all can hit me in the comments and and correct me. But I'm almost positive it was in Golden State, and he marries a porn star. Yasmin Pendavis, if y'all want to Google and see her work. And I'm talking about a porn star, anal DP, gangbang. She was smashing dudes, taking it in the face from Lexington Steel, old school, Wesley Pipes, old school dudes. And this dude marries this chick who her constitution is being a hoe. And then he marries her. All of a sudden he falls. I think he was trying to rap or something, and he falls off. And then he's married to a hoe who ends up starting an OnlyFans, right? Starting an OnlyFans. And then the next thing you see her on, what is it? Not The Thing Is, it's Cameron and Mace's podcast. She's on there giving him a massage after he finds out that she's got an OnlyFans that he was unaware of. And her response is, well, you didn't have the money, so I did it. You knew what I was when you met me. She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. If you don't believe me, Google Yasmin Pendavis, or Yasmin Pendavis. I think that was her porn name. Man, I mean, debauchery, my G. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying, if you got somebody that's taking dicks from every direction and selling pussy out of both pants legs, I don't understand how you think this is going to work out. You got guys like Zion Williams. He's with a stripper and a porn star, and he's promising them. We don't have anybody teaching young dudes, especially basketball players. Forget about regular people. But if you are a mark because you're making millions of dollars, and you got the whatchamacallits coming at you. You got the vultures, the predators coming in. All-Star Weekend is I don't know if y'all ever been, but it's a strip club. We got a call coming in. Let me see if we can get work. I don't know if it's working or not. Oh, let me see. Let's see. What's up? What's your name and where you calling from? What's up, Tony? Tony, have you been listening to the live? Yeah, are the phone calls coming through, or you're not hearing the phone calls? Right, but do you hear when people call in? Do you hear them talking, or you don't hear them talking? Okay, all right. I mean, I apologize. This is the first time I'm doing the live from home, so but anyway, Tony, how can I help you, bro? What can I help you? I'm gonna repeat everything you say in case the live can't hear you speaking, so I give you an idea. So be brief and concise if you can. Okay, all right. So if y'all can't hear his voice, he's saying he women find him creepy. All right. Uh, okay. You want to hang up? You can do me a favor, hang up, and I'll answer this off air in case your voice is not coming through or whatever. Okay. You got it, brother. Later. Man, thank you for the support, man. And all I can do to help you. That's all I want to do. I'll holler at you, bro. All right. So the question, if y'all didn't hear it, the question was, he said he's been, in the game. I'm in the game for a long. I'm not sure what that means. Doesn't really matter. But he's saying that he's creepy, right? He comes off creepy. Women find him creepy. And what I want to say is, let's explore what creepy means. Creepy means that you are doing something and not presenting what your actual intentions are, right? You're doing one thing, but women feel as though you have some ulterior motive that you are not divulging, right? So it's funny because I used to say there's a difference in say, hey, good to meet you, and what is that? This is creepy. That is not. The reason why this is creepy because it's almost as if you're trying to take something. It means that the social interaction is transactional, right? So let me rewind and say why I believe why the social interaction, why these things come off creepy. It's because you think okay, here's the best way I can explain it. I don't know if any of y'all, when you were younger, if you stole candy from a candy store or whatever. I wasn't a thief. I was I was a better knockout artist than I was a thief. So, but if you ever watch somebody steal or see somebody shoplift, they come in the store and then they're looking around. It's like, who's looking at me? It's I have an ulterior motive that I'm trying to take something that I know that I don't deserve. I don't have money for it. I'm not of I don't deserve what I'm trying to get. And because I don't feel as though I deserve what I get, it comes off as creepy. Creepy is deceptive. Creepy is having a social dynamic where you are either unaware of the fact that you are asking or pushing or aggressively going after something that you don't deserve, or you are being deceptive about where the line is so that you can go up to the line without somebody checking you and say, yo, what the fuck are you doing? So if you think about even a woman we've seen videos of somebody in a woman shoplifting, right? And she's looking around, she's looking in the mirror, boom, then she grabs a turkey and shoves it up under the dress, grabs something and puts it in her pocket or whatever, or even somebody that picked a pocket that, look, let me get that's what creepy is. Creepy is, I don't deserve it, but I'm going to go get it anyway. So the big question is, how do you not be creepy? When you work 40-hour week and you buy your groceries, right? And you you live in your home and your refrigerator is full of groceries or whatever, and you put the groceries. When you go to the refrigerator and you open the door up, you stand up straight, you see what you want. I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna eat that. You're not when you have roommates and you eating somebody else's food. You sneak into the kitchen, you open the door, you peek around, you take a little piece or you bite a chicken wing off and you like a little gopher or like a little rat, and then you scurry away. The problem is when you don't believe that you are worthy of what you're pursuing, it comes off as creepy. I've said this 100 times. When somebody's 5'4" and they lie about and say that I'm 5'6", what they're saying in essence is I don't deserve what I'm asking for. So I need to camouflage what my intentions are. What's happening a lot of times is when a guy will see an attractive girl and he has low self-esteem, what he will do is he will pursue things. If he runs into a situation where a woman is attractive or he likes her or he thinks she's more attractive than he deserves, what he will do is he will conceal the fact that his insecurity. But what you don't understand, and this is why the pickup artist stuff doesn't work. This is why all the trash that's on the internet doesn't work. Is because you can't be look, you can lie to a woman if she lets you, if she likes you enough that she's gonna let you. But if women have the best intuitive abilities in our species, you know why? Because if they don't perceive danger, they get sexually assaulted, they get raped, or they die. Okay? So you got to understand that we can't take into consideration, we are still primates. I know that maybe there's some religious people who listen, I don't really give a fuck. But the bottom line is we're still mammals and we're mammalian and we have these traits. And so through evolution, we evolve. We evolve intellectually, we evolve genetically, we evolve physically. And one of the things that women have evolved to do, here, I'll give you an example. In the human species, you ever look at a plug, like a plug that you plug a cord in, and you see the two slits look like eyes, in the middle the ground looks like a nose, or people see they see Jesus in toast, or they see clouds that look like a face. We have an evolutionary disposition to see faces. The reason why we see those faces is because in the jungle, when we were in the jungles, when we were evolving, your ability to see a lion in the foliage, your ability to see a predator stalking you was developed through evolutionary cause, through time, so that you can do that. So even today, when we look at certain things, we tend to see faces because we need to recognize those faces, because evolutionarily, we needed to do that to survive. The people who couldn't see the eyes, nose, mouth in the foliage, they died. So we are a product of the ancestors and the descendants of the ancestors who built this ability to do so. Women are also evolution. Women have a higher propensity for intuitiveness because they have to. It's an evolutionary process that helps women to understand that. So if you're not authentic, you better hope she likes you enough to overlook the red flags. You better hope that she likes you enough to go, I'm not going to, I know this guy is creepy, or I could see that he's insecurity, but I like him enough that I'm going to overlook that. Because if they're skeptical, you pretty much are not going to fool a woman. I mean, women don't get fooled. Women see, if you're a guy who's confident and other women are attracted to you. We've all been out, had a girlfriend where she could tell when another woman wants you before you even know, because she's aware of these female predators that are trying to get her man. You're not gonna fool that. Now, don't get me wrong. There are always exceptions to the rules. There's always creeps who know how to talk that shit. got more game than Parker Brothers, and they know just what to say and how to say it and to delude them and stuff. Plus the fact that they exhibit a level of value that makes them overlook the red flags in the first place. But if a woman is open, if you're a stranger and you're presented to her, and she is okay, is this guy safe? Am I in a dangerous place, or am I in a safe place with this guy? And can I deal with that in the way that I want to deal with it? You got to understand that is the case. So we could spend our time doing pickup artists and all kinds of stuff and lying and figuring out how to lie, or we could just be the best version of ourselves, present ourselves with the best version of ourselves with the confidence that a woman can read, because she can, as much as she's reading the creepy stuff, she's reading the confidence. But the only way you can be confident is by being honest, by being truthful, by being who you say you are, even when you say you are. It's funny because we talk about Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb, he says I'm an asshole. Bitch, you ain't shit, right? And so because he presents himself as in a real sense, he don't have no problem getting no ass. You would think that women would go, he's a problem. Not at all. Let me get this one in. Man, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry that I didn't work this. I really was working on this. Eh. Hank, what's up, brother? Where you from? Hank, you there? Call back, brother. I'm sorry, I was having a little problem with the thing. Call back. I'll call you back. Shit. But yeah, but being honest about it. Now, if there's something that you want to present yourself, if you have an ideal self, please, whoever that was, just call. It's a 999 number and a 203 number, I believe, 918 number. Call back and I'll pick it up if you call back. I was having a little problem picking that up, so just call back. But you have to represent yourself and be comfortable with who you are. And the only way you do that is you got to believe in that what you have to offer, and what you have to offer is reasonable and worthy. So that's the creepy. That's the only, you can't, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. There are guys I know specifically that are creeps who know how to hide it. And then, it's like, it's like they jump out of behind a tree later. Ain't shit. But man, you gotta be really good to do that. And so the only way what I've learned is that the confidence comes from the authenticity, from the fact that you know that you have worked to be the best version of yourself. And anything that you are insecure about, it's gonna come through. I mean, I'm 57 years old, and man, I'm probably right now with my back and my knees, I'm in probably the worst shape that I've ever been in. I'm starting to work back. I'm starting to, I did the stem cells. Hold on, I got this one. Let me pick this one up. Uh, Allow me. Oh man, I don't know what the heck is going on with this. I apologize, dog. Really do. No, I don't know why I can't get it. Hello? 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 Oh, it's connecting. Give me a second. Shit. I don't know why it's not coming through. Let me see if I could do a call back. Nah. Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Call back again. I apologize. Let's see. Yeah, but you're just not gonna fool. Let me call that back. See if I can call it back. Let's see. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nah, that's coming back. Hold on. It's not even- This thing is weirding out now. Uh, hey, let me. I think I'm gonna have to reboot this. Uh, anyway, see if I can get it on the rebound. Uh, try back again. Let me see if it'll come up one more time, one more again, if y'all can. But the reality of it is that the authenticity of you doing what it is that you okay, here it is. Ah, shit, hung up. It might have been his connection. All right, try one more time, bro. Um, so you're not going to going through now. I think it's going. I'm calling back.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, hey, what's going on? What's your name and where you calling from?
La-
What's going on, Lively? How can I help you, brother? Okay, I'm gonna repeat. I'm gonna repeat what you say because I'm not sure. Have you been listening to the live, Ivy? Did any of the phone calls come through? Could you hear the people talking? Okay, all right. So you're calling in. I'm gonna repeat what you say so that and ask me the question and then you go offline and I'll answer it. I'll have the bugs knocked out of this by next week. All right. But go ahead, Ivy. What's your question? First kisses? You said oh, she didn't want to kiss on the first date. Okay. Okay. All right. So she said she's kind of shy. You go out on a date. She says, I don't kiss on the first date. Right? You weren't trying to slob her down. Right, right, right. Okay. And you just gave her and what did you expected a kiss on the cheek or thank you so much or whatever, a hug or something. She did none of the above. Is that what happened? Okay. How old are you? Okay. All right. So what's your question? She's 23, you're 24. I don't teach you how to be slick, but I will teach you the technique. Okay. All right, Ivy. Jump off. The question is how all right, I jump off and thank you for the call, man. I'm an analyst offer. Okay, so Ivy said he went out with a girl, he's 24, she's 23. They are in a situation where he bought her some flowers. He bought some flowers and they hugged it out, whatever. But she said, I don't kiss on the first date. What's my response to that? Okay, so there's something that I say all the time. I don't mind not fucking. I mind can't fucking. Let me explain what that means. Um, I don't mind that if a woman is not comfortable with me, that she doesn't want to have sex or doesn't want to be intimate or doesn't want to introduce any intimacy in the date or the relationship initially. Um, that's the not fucking, but that's based on what I guess the point of it is it's based on the fact that that she's dealing with me as an individual. Not that she has these hard, fast rules about what I do and what I don't do. Because if anytime you deal with a chick and she has these hard, fast rules about I don't kiss on the first date, I don't sleep with somebody on the first date. What she's basically done is she's set up a set of rules or guidelines that have nothing to do with you. Those rules that she's setting up have to do with every other guy that's not you, because she's never met you. So every girl has been through a situation where they met a guy and slept with them on the first date. Or it's very rarely that's never happened. The question is if she was dating Drake and Drake was like, yo, I'm me holla at you, come up to the room after the concert Is she not going to smash? She might not. But if she don't smash, he going to send her back down, and he going to send one up that will smash. And because of the fact that women will perceive somebody like Drake as more valuable, they are willing to invest in them, invest in more. That means ass, cash, or grass. Nobody rides for free. So this idea of the fact I don't do this, what she's basically saying is, I'm not going to do this with you, right? I don't have a problem with somebody getting to know me and saying, listen, I just don't feel comfortable enough to move this forward into making out or kissing or whatever. But if she's got a hard, fast rule that she's holding to immediately, I have a problem with that. Because what she's not doing is she's not dealing with you as an individual. And I anytime I've ever had that situation, I made it clear that that's a little offensive. And they would usually go, what do you mean it's offensive? I go, it's offensive that you don't even know me and you've made these rules, these hard, fast rules about what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. And if you're not willing to give me an honest chance, then why am I in this? What are we doing? If you're dating me without giving me an honest chance for me to show who I am, and maybe I'm not the guy that you want to sleep with the first night, but you have already made up this rule this hard and fast rule, these guidelines that you're going to follow. For what? Because you're not seeing me as an individual. You see me as every guy that you've ever dated, and this is a hard, fast rule that you come up with that for some reason that I can't even get past. First mistake. So I expressed that I'm uncomfortable with that. And if you're not really ready to give me a real opportunity to get to know you and for you to see me as I am as a person, then we don't have to have the date. We could just not have the date. I'm not saying that is the first thing that you could say. For me it is. Because if somebody's not giving you an opportunity to show what your value is, then where are you at? Are you just a meal? Are you just a movie? Are you just a theater tickets or whatever? And I don't think. And women, here's something you'll never hear. I've never heard anybody say she's a woman of her word. Women are allowed to be fickle and change their mind all the time, and we put up with it all the time. And we think it's the assumption that we make about the feminine sex. You've heard man of the world, but you've never heard nobody say, I guarantee anybody, hit me up in the chat if you ever heard somebody say, oh, she's a woman of her word. Never heard it. Never heard it in my life. Somebody used that term. So here's the other thing I'm going to bring into consideration. Every time you young guys, when you're out and you're on a date, right, there's nothing that a woman hasn't said to you that's unique and different that you haven't heard before. When you're trying to get the drawers, it's, you don't even know me. I'm not like that. You don't even know my favorite color. What's my last name? There's all these obstacles that women put in front of you because even if they like you, right, they're protecting themselves, that's where the empathy comes in. You got to understand what her position is, that she's trying to protect herself so that she's not given sexual access when she wants something else or something more, right? What's interesting is, the analogy I use is, if you are in school and you know what the test is, right? You got a test in history or math or whatever, and you already know what the questions are. How come you didn't study the answers? How come you're not ready for the answers? You got to have in your head that when these objections come to you, that you have a reasonable response to them. Now, I'm not saying a lie, but a reason. Just think about this. A woman who has a preconceived idea about how intimacy is going to go is saying, basically, let's think about the subtext. The subtext is, I've been with dirtbags my whole life, and this is how guys are, and I guarantee you are just like them. So I'm not going to treat you and accept you and try to get to know you and see if you're worthy, or I'm just going to have a hard, fast rule that this is what it is. It's sort of like Here, I'll put it on racial terms. For years, you couldn't have black quarterbacks. They wouldn't have black quarterbacks in the NFL. Why? Because they always said that black people weren't intelligent enough to do it. They weren't, the quarterback was perceived as somebody who needed to be intelligent and somebody who was forthright and was forward thinking. And so if you had black quarterbacks that came to the NFL and they were quarterbacks, they changed them around and made them wide receivers and halfbacks. And there were dudes, I think back to Cordell Stewart back in the days, quarterback back in the days, made him a defensive back, I believe, or I think it was a tight end they made him, and he didn't get to play quarterback till much later, and that was because the NFL said that black people don't have the capacity to do this job, which is fucking absurd. That's what a woman is saying. She's saying you don't have the capacity to be intimate and to be empathetic, to be truthful and to be honest. And what you say, I don't know. So I have to test you and I have to keep this gate up because I don't trust you. And it's okay for her to trust you, not to trust you into it. But what she's saying is, I have a hard, fast rule, no black quarterbacks. Why would you put up with that? Here's the other thing. You don't even know if you like her. You don't know if her pussy stink. You don't know if she's bipolar. You don't know if she got an ex-boyfriend who's a murderer. You are walking into this based on a nice ass and some nice tits, and she got cute face and doe eyes, and you've assumed that her value is everything. What if she is a type of chick that stabs people? I understand that these are extreme points, but what if she's a stabber? You bring her flowers, you say the wrong thing, and she stabs you in the neck. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but I'm saying it could be. It could be just like anything else. How you know she don't have herpes? How you know she don't have an STD? How you know she don't? I mean, it could be any number of things. I'm not saying that that's where we should think in terms of the negative, but what you're doing is when you come to that date, you're coming there with an openness and an honesty to approach her with the intention on getting to know her, to give her the chance, and she's approaching it with she's not approaching you in the same way. So I'm gonna cover something that I find it works 90% of the time. It's what I call time travel, right? Let me explain. I'm gonna do this as quick as I can. This is gonna be the last call because I gotta hook up with Godfrey online and everything. Fast forward, okay. You go out on a date. Any date that you go out on, you should have several different locations. You meet up, you go for a drink, right? You don't eat at the same place you drink. You spend a half hour to 45 minutes, you bounce to, if you're gonna go eat. You go eat at a different place than you have the drink. You eat at the place, you don't have dessert at the same place that you eat. You have dessert at another place. Maybe you go to see some music or you go for a walk on the promenade or whatever. But you should have multiple locations, right? From the first location, when you meet her, hey, how you doing? It's great to meet you, blah, 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 hug, right? As you move from location to location, the intimate touch increases from location to location. So it's a hug, then it's around the arm, maybe a arm around the shoulders, maybe you're holding hands, maybe playing tiddlywinks with each other's fingers, maybe the third location is a kiss on the forehead, maybe it's a little kiss on the cheek, and you should be trying to escalate the intimacy through the date as you're moving from location to location, because in her mind, the fact that you're moving from location to location, each location feels like a separate date. So the first date is at the drink at the club. The second date is where we eat. The third date is dessert. The fourth date is the nightcap. The fifth date is the walk in the park. As you move from location to location, the intimate touch should increase. If you start out a place and you don't, and you're in one place and you're sitting across from each other for 3 hours, and then you at the end of the night you go for the kiss. Kissing is an intimate thing. I know hookers, I know hoes that don't kiss. They'll fuck, but they won't kiss. Kissing is intimate. You don't want the gaping cavern between when you first saw her and when you go to be that wide. You gotta let her warm. You gotta have the empathy to understand that she needs to warm up to you. She wants to feel comfortable. She wants to feel safe. She wants to feel as though she don't want to feel like a slut, really, because society has said what she does or what she doesn't do lessens her as a woman. Give her time and space, and give her the breath and the wiggle room to simmer like a crock pot. So the pussy start cooking every thing. And think about this: if you have the empathy to put yourself in her place. How many women are going to go out and go to 5 different locations, 4 or 5 different locations in the context of a date? And isn't that the greatest date in the world? For a woman who just met a guy, we're going to go here, and then the places that you take her are places that you frequent, so that you're comfortable, so that she can see that you're comfortable in your environment. She can see that you go to a bar that you go to often, or you go to a restaurant that people know you in. And because these people are going to respond to you in a way, and she's observing. She has to observe, because if she doesn't observe, guess what happens? She's getting signals that says you're not trustworthy. You're not worthy. You're shady. You're creepy. You're deceptive. And so that's what you do. I'm going to put this in the book. I promise you I'm going to put this in the book. But and don't get me wrong, it's a way that you could do this. You can even do this technique creepily. But I'll tell you this: if you're honest about it and you're really taking this one out with the intention on making her day and having her joy and showing her that you're confident and you're sincere in these environments that you're most comfortable, right? Places that you frequent and places that you've gone, you not only that, but you'll start to be more confident anyway by doing that, which expresses to her your worthiness. So that's how you escalate it. And don't spend hours in each place. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, boom, let's go. 30, 40 minutes, let's go. Where are we going now? Come on, let's go. And don't explain it. Just keep it moving. And be mindful. Now, I understand this. I'm making it sound a lot more simple. It's a lot more complicated. And the nuance of it is really important. DanteNero.com. Click on consult if you want me to give you the nuance and teach you how to do these. I got a bunch of things that kind of communicate. And it's not trickery. Because if you move, even if you time travel and you move from location to location and you're not comfortable or you're creepy, she's going to see it. She's going to see that every place you go, people treat you like a creep. So you have to go into these situations where it's non-transactional. I like you. I want to take you out. I want to get to know you, but you got to be sincere about that. I really want to get to know you. And when you see that the red flags pop up, she gets discounted and disqualified from your time and your energy. But if you don't believe that your time is worth any particular way, that's how that's going to be evident. You're going to put up with whatever she wants to. We did that long-ass call that I had last week where the dude talked for like 45 minutes. And what he didn't understand, what he wanted to say at the end of his bullshit, all the bullshit that he put up with, all of the times that if y'all want to go back, listen to the other live, all of the times that he allowed this woman to disrespect him, that eventually at the end of it, he got the ass. And he thinks that's a win. That he would discount his manhood, his integrity, his truthfulness, his own self-worth so that he could get a piece of ass. If that's the case, that's all you worth is a piece of ass. And if you gotta trick somebody into fucking with you, if you can't be honest and open about who you are, women ain't gonna like you, bro. I promise you. they could see it. And if they don't see it now, the last thing you want to do is get married, engaged, and then her see it when you got a couple of kids. It's a dirty business. Dirty business. You think you're going to fool, and guys who have consulted with me, DanteNero.com, click on consult. Don't forget to like and share on this and spread this and send this and share this to people, because it's I know what I'm talking about. But if you can only maintain the lie for a period of time. Eventually the truth comes out. My mom used to say, what don't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. There's nothing you can do about that. So, I'm gonna shut it down, yo. But yo, I appreciate it. I apologize for not having the calls working the way I'm gonna work on it, so that next week, we gonna rock and roll. Maybe I'll even start earlier, and maybe I'll start doing it from here directly. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I apologize, y'all. I appreciate y'all supporting me and giving me all the love, and all the people that checked out the Corey Holcomb response. One of my biggest videos so far. Just stay righteous, dog. And I'm friends with that dude now, with Corey, because I'm righteous. Now, I don't know if he's streaming tonight. I don't know if he's gonna call me gay again. I don't. Who knows? But you know, that's his problem. That ain't my problem, dog. You know what I mean? I know where I'm at. And anybody that knows me, you can't. Here's the thing: when your integrity is so sound and you're so consistent about who you are and what you are, even when people try to lie on you, there's always people who be like, nah, son, that ain't. Which is why, even though I think Darnell's kind of shady, Darnell tried to take Dave Chappelle's show when Dave Chappelle went to Africa. Something I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have tried to take my boy's show after he ran away. But man, whatever. But I'm saying, but that don't mean, but the truth, him being shady and being funny is two different things. The truth is the truth. Is he a funny dude? Yes. You didn't ask me if he was shady. You didn't ask me if he's selfish. You didn't ask me if he's grumpy. You didn't ask me is he great. If you ask me those things, I got a different answer. But you gotta speak to, this is why the truth is so important. Yo, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for listening, man. And spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Again, I apologize for all the technical difficulties. Don't forget to follow me on the Instagram, the Dante Nero. The Dante Nero on Instagram, on Facebook, on stuff, all platforms. Holla at your boy. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.